everyone, my name is Meredith Aydelott and I am the Business Manager of APO at MTSU. Today I'm here to talk about filming audition videos. As you all know, everything is falling apart right now, especially theater, which is really hard. And I know a lot of us in the past few months have had to film video auditions. So we've had to learn this whole new skill, this whole new way of auditioning, and it's crazy. First, I'm going to talk about some more technical tips, and then I'll get into more like acting, how to act on video auditions. My first tip for you all is to film your videos horizontally. It will make everything look so much better, especially because a lot of people, when they're watching back those audition videos, when you send them in, they're watching these videos on a computer, and it just fills up the screen when you film it horizontally, and it just makes everything look a lot more professional. That's kind of the goal of all these tips today, is to make your videos look more streamlined and more professional, to make it kind of look like you know what you're doing, which none of us do right now. It's fun, it's fine. I think the mindset behind filming vertically is that you get to see more of your body motions, but a lot of times people don't really care about what your lower body is doing. Film from your waist up, kind of like I'm set up today. Another helpful tip here is when you're filming a video audition, film with a clean background. And I don't just mean like clean your room, I mean like choose a wall, and like an empty blank wall that's not busy. I don't want to be looking at your movie posters the whole time. So pick a clean background with preferably just like a blank wall with no posters, no decorations or anything, and stand about 2 feet in front of it and have your camera positioned right in front of you. My third tip for you guys is the lighting of your video. It is so important, and it's something that a lot of people don't really pay attention to. For example, right now I've got a window set up in front of me and my phone is just sitting on the windowsill, so I've got all this natural light coming in and hitting me and showing off my face, and you can see everything that my face is doing. You don't want to be backlit, which means you have your light source behind you. You don't have a window behind you, because then it makes everything out of focus. You can't see, it gets all blurry, and then you're not the center of attention. Everyone's looking at the light behind you. And maybe you don't have a window, or maybe it's nighttime and you have to film this video at night because you work in the day. And that's okay, you can get some sort of lamp, just play around with the lighting and see what really fits your taste and see what you like the best. The next tip for everyone, so we've covered light, we've covered what everything should look like. Now we're getting into sound. Sound is so important in videos and so not really talked about most of the time. Everyone can see what you look like in these videos, and they can see what you look like in your headshots, blah, blah, blah. But they don't know what you sound like from your headshot. And especially if you're a musical theater person, like I am, they need to know what you sing like, they need to know what you speak like, everything like that. That doesn't mean you have to go and buy some really fancy mic. You can get an external microphone if you would like, but your phone's mic will do just fine. Also, pay attention to the background noise. You don't want the AC running, you don't want lawnmowers going outside. And music, that's important too. If you're a musical theater performer and you need an accompaniment track, I would definitely recommend not playing it on your phone. And if you can help from doing it, don't play it on your laptop either. I would recommend getting a Bluetooth speaker. Do sound checks, see how loud your speaker plays, and if you can hear the accompaniment when you're singing, you want to be able to have a really good sound balance there. So my next tip for you all is actually one that I learned on TikTok, which is surprising, but it's that you can change the quality of your video on your iPhone. You can go into settings and scroll until you hit camera, and you can pick which one you like. You can kind of just experiment around and see what you like. I personally film at 4K at 24 frames per second. That will change how big your file is if you're uploading this video somewhere. So, for example, if you have to upload it to a Google Drive for an audition, you might want to choose something that's not going to take up as much space. My final technical tip for you guys is actually to do with editing. I would just recommend downloading some basic editing app on your phone or your computer and just learning some really simple skills. There can be a huge difference in a video where someone does their slate, hits play on their computer, and has their music play, and a video where someone does their slate and it goes directly into their song, which is a really clean, simple cut. So I think it's definitely worth the time to just learn a few simple skills on your editing software. And that's my final technical tip for you guys. So now we're gonna get into the next part where I talk about just little acting tips. Doing a video audition is really not that different from doing an in-person audition. I think people overthink it, and because there's like a technological aspect to it, people get a little bit freaked out, which is totally understandable. So first tip, which is kind of different from, it's different but not different, I don't know, is your focus. So obviously, when you go into an audition room, you know, most people will pick, like, say hello to the table, blah, 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 do their slate, and then they look up about like a foot or 2 feet above the auditioners' heads, and that's their focal point. And it's not too different when you are doing a video audition. If you have a monologue where you are speaking to someone, you know, put them off camera, because it's like you actually really are speaking to them. Don't look into the camera and talk to them like they're your best friend. I would look here, and you can even like mark little X's on the wall, that way you know where that person is. And if you have a second person in your monologue, you can mark a second spot and look over there. Personally, for me, when I'm doing a song, if I have some sort of focus, I don't really look at the camera. I look about like a few inches above the camera lens. I don't know, that's just what I do. You can watch other people and see what they do and see what you like best. But a huge thing, I almost forgot it, is if you have a monologue where you're speaking to an audience, where you're like telling them about something. I say if you're being Puck in Midsummer Night's Dream and he has his like his monologue at the end where he's speaking to his audience, look at the camera. If you're talking and addressing the audience, look at the camera lens. The next to last tip I have is to watch back your video. It can be painful. You can hate watching yourself on camera, but it's so vital, because you can either see something you're doing where you're like, whoa, 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 why was I standing like that? Why did I do that with my hands? Why am I a person who exists? I don't know. I can't answer that one for you. But you can watch it back and you can change it. You can refilm it. That's the wonder of video auditioning. You can also see what your sound is like, if there's any like weird glitch in the film. But also along with that, don't watch it back and nitpick everything you do, you know? Because when you get into that cycle of watching things back, you're like, why does my hair look like that? Why do I look like that? Blah, blah, blah. And it can get really, you can get down in the dumps about yourself. And don't do that, because guess what? The people watching your video are not going to be doing that. They're not going to watch your video 10 times and assess single thing that you're doing. They're going to watch it once and see the general thing of it. And kind of finally, along with that, don't stress. I know it can be weird. It can be weird watching yourself and filming yourself. It's a whole new thing that we have to learn and adapt to. And I think most theater technicians right now, most directors, everyone in this industry is aware of that. They're aware that things are changing, that people have never had to do these things before. You know, people have never had to do callbacks on Zoom. It's weird, for sure. So cut yourself some slack. Don't stress about it. Relax. Things are stressful right now, but theater doesn't have to be. I think that's the end of the video. If you guys have any questions, be sure to comment them down below. You know, reach out to us APO members. We're all so excited to meet new people when it comes to this year, to meet all these new freshmen who are coming in, all these new transfers. If you have any questions, please let us know. We want to talk to you. We want to get to know you. I know it's going to be different this year. It's going to be a little bit frightening and scary because we're in this whole new way of learning. But we've got social media, we've got the internet. You can text us, you can chat us, DM us. Yeah, I think that's it for the video. Peace out, dudes. I'll see you guys on, what's the first day of class? August 24th? I'll see you guys on August 24th. Audition for our fall shows this year. We might even have to do some video auditions, so hopefully this video helped you out. Yeah. Bye!